Good morning, guys. How's everybody doing today? So, this is the second last. One more day. We have one more day left tomorrow of our Black November special. Now, guys, if you haven't jumped on this already and you've been sitting on the fence on us for a while, now is the time to make that decision. That decision to truly invest in your future, right? Now, I'm not going to go on and on about, trying to convince you to jump into our program. Our results speak for us for themselves. If you want to see our student reviews, head on over to our Trustpilot page. Go to our website, which is www.periodtimepublishing.com, and you'll see little Trustpilot links and that there. It'll take you to the page. Everybody knows Trustpilot can't be faked, guys. Like, you can put fake reviews, but we're a verified account holder. And what that actually means, by the way, is we initiated our own Trustpilot page. You're not just given one, right? So we believed in our product so much that we took it completely out of our own hands. We initiated the page, and our students just went there and commented on their own accord. Okay, and we can't control those comments. They are all verified students by Trustpilot, a third-party company. So yeah, go ahead and have a look at that, because if you are on the fence about whether this thing works or not, that's going to be your proof there. It's not us who have put those comments there, right? It's not like on our website where you can control what comments you put in and what ones you don't. We can't control it. If there's negative comments there, we can't remove them, but there isn't. Okay, so just have a look at that. Look, in this video today, I wanted to quickly go over the difference between what we do as public domain publishers and what other Amazon sellers do, because there's a big difference, and it matters immensely, right? Because it matters to your business, your bottom line, and your back pocket. So public domain publishing, I've done all manner of Amazon businesses over the years, guys. I've been doing public domain since 2012, and during that time I've tried to extend on my Amazon businesses, and I've tried FBA, I've tried ghostwriting, I've tried low and no content books. What else have I tried? I've tried affiliate marketing on Amazon, all of this stuff, and just it all pales in comparison to public domain publishing. Look, FBA, there's huge turnovers. I know people that do multiple millions of dollars a year, right? But their bottom line after expenses is usually barely $100,000. Okay, so when you see like FBA sellers, if you don't know what FBA is, that's fulfillment by Amazon, and it's essentially the process of finding cheaper product overseas, something that's on trend, right? Purchasing container loads of it and shipping it to America, the UK, one of the big five nations. Amazon will then store that product in their warehouse, and when it's sold on Amazon, they will ship it to your customer for you. But you've got all the expense of outsourcing. You've got to deal with Chinese, Pakistani factories, or wherever you decide to buy from. You've got to deal with importation taxes and governments and dock fees. There's thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars. You've got to run ads, right? Because these products are highly competitive for the most part because they're on trend, right? So there's all these things with FBA, and you can turn over multiple millions, don't get me wrong, but the bottom line profit is usually way less than what we make in public domain, right? So it's all about that bottom line profit, and a lot of people will show you their turnover, but what's the actual profit, right? So that's one of the biggest reasons why public domain is far superior to FBA, because essentially with public domain, we publish 3 to 5 high quality products that have high demand every single day for absolutely $0. From our homes, from our lounge rooms, from wherever you may be in the world, from the beach, from a resort, it doesn't matter. You can still do this anywhere in the world, right? We don't need to worry about importation fees, physical products, dispatch centers, all of that stuff. What happens is we create the books digitally to spec, right? To spec for hardcovers, paperbacks, and ebooks. We upload them into Amazon, and if somebody buys it like as a hardcover or a paperback, Amazon will then print it and ship it for you at zero cost to you, because they will take their cut out of the sale, right? And you will earn a royalty on that sale, and you control exactly what that royalty is, which is even more beautiful. Okay, we don't need to worry about ads and things like that, advertising and marketing, which anyone who's ever been in business before knows. Advertising and marketing is like one of the second, it's literally the second biggest overhead outside of wages if you have employees. So we don't have to worry about any of that because these books are timeless. They're already in high demand. They have an occult following, right? The new generation is adopting them in the masses. They have hundreds of years of proven sales. There is no way you can't sell these things. And so all we need to do is put them where our audience is. And we use Amazon, the biggest book publishing platform in the world, the biggest bookstore in the world, where our audience is, to just rank our books. And even the ones we don't rank still sell, guys. Big secret there, okay? Even the ones that we don't rank, it doesn't have to be on page 1. If we create a catalog of books that are in high demand, high quality, that serve our client base, they will sell. There is no doubt about it. There's hundreds of years of sales, proven sales history. So again, no marketing costs, no product costs, no shipping fees, no manufacturing fees, no dot costs. We still make over $100,000 a year, so we're still making the same bottom line profit as FBA guys that spend millions of dollars and turn over millions. We're still making the same profit. Look, don't get me wrong, some guys make millions of dollars profit with FBA, but it's rare, okay? It's rare. Anyone can make $100,000 a year with public domain publishing. So it's pretty obvious to me that it far exceeds the value when it comes to FBA versus public domain publishing. Now, you have another form of publishing, which is called ghostwriting, and it's essentially, in a nutshell, the process of paying a writer. And usually it's a low quality writer because the writing industry, if you want a real high quality writer, and other program creators who sell courses on how to create ghostwriting books won't tell you this. If you really want a good writer, like a Barack Obama type biography, because that was a ghostwritten book, guys. Barack Obama didn't write his own biography. You're looking at, starting at $30,000 per book written, high quality. Now, so when you're paying $300-$400 to have a ghostwriter write your book, you're getting rubbish, right? So generally, ghostwriting programs tell you to spend about $1,000 to $1,500 on having that book written, and that's one single book, okay? So first off, you're an unknown author. Nobody knows you, nobody knows your style, nobody knows whether you're worthy of their money yet. So you must market hard. You're starting off paying $1,000 to $1,500 already just to have the book written. And then you need to market, you need to build an audience, you need to build email lists. So there's tons of money that goes into that. Realistically, to launch one single book in the ghostwriting method, you're looking at $2,000 to $2,500, really minimum, maybe even $3,000 to $3,500 if you really want to push the marketing, okay? So there's a high level expense just to launch one book. In public domain publishing, our books are already written. There is no need for ghostwriting. So we are able to, using our templates inside of the program, ones that we've developed over the last 10 years, that are semi-automated, we are able to get those books that are already written and create that new book that is actually now a product, a high quality, high level product, and put it into the market. 3 to 5 books a day, guys, for free. No cost involved. No marketing expenses, because as I mentioned earlier, these books already have an occult following. We're putting them where our audience is, and we have a high level SEO strategy inside the program. So again, it's pretty clear, right? Public domain publishing is superior to ghostwriting. It depends who you ask that, but look, that was an impartial overview of what these two things are, and it's pretty clear to me. I'm pretty sure it is to you guys as well. The other method is low and no content. So this is the process of creating like puzzle books, story books, like kids books, low content books or no content books, like even planners or scrapbooks, things like that, right? Now, this also, it's relatively free to do. You'll have to have some high level design skills because you're designing these books from scratch, right? And you'll have to have some pretty high level programs like Affinity Publisher or Adobe Photoshop and things like that, and there's a massive learning curve with those things. And if you don't have the design flair, you're not going to really stick out in that space. On top of that, um, it's not very expensive to run a business like Low and No Content, but it's very difficult to get any traction because the market is so flooded, because there's such a low barrier to entry, right? The market is so flooded that Amazon's actually been reassessing their policies around these things because people are using automation tools just to smash rubbish into the... I saw a thing the other day. It was a book about horses, and it was the same cover. There was about 300 of them. I'm not joking. On Amazon, 300 of them. I think it was some sort of scrapbook about horses or coloring book or something. Each of them had a different keyword as the name, but it was the same publisher, and they've clearly used automation tools to flood the market. If you've created a scrapbook about horses, you're not going to get found. It's like 150 pages in where your book will be, because this guy's just oversaturated that specific niche. So that's why Low and No Content is extremely hard to crack. It often requires ads, so there is a cost to it. Rent anywhere from about $2,000 to $5,000 a month on ads, and you can even scale that even higher if you are getting success with it. But that's not a passive income business, right? You will make passive income if some of them rank or take off on their own. But if you're running ads, you're consistently monitoring those ads, changing budgets, shifting around, expending money on these things. It's not passive income. Public domain publishing is all organically ranked, and it sells all year round. It's evergreen. We don't niche publish. We follow our own data, which means when we make sales, we publish more books that are similar. There's over 6 million books in the published public domain space, and it's growing every single year because in January every year a whole bunch of new books flood the public domain space as the time frame ticks over. There's a high barrier to entry in the public domain space, which is why we don't have all those automation problems and that people flooding the market and things like that with public domain books. And what that high barrier is the law and policy, guys, right? Now, it took me 2 years to really unpack the law and policy around public domain, because the law with public domain is different everywhere in the world. Every region of the world, it's slightly different. So if you make a mistake with it, that could be terminal for your business, because when it comes to intellectual property, there's no forgiving that. This is the law. So a lot of publishers that are low quality, these type of spammers, right? They don't take the time to truly unpack the law and policy around public domain. Their accounts, they just don't last because they're just trying to flood the market with rubbish. They're not worried about the law. The law catches up with them. Now, we super simplified that, right? The law and the policy is a single page document inside of our program that costs us $8,000 to put together, but it's yours when you join for this Black November sale. Anyway, guys, that's pretty much it. What did I cover there? FBA and why PD publishing is far superior. It's pretty obvious, right? Cost immensely. And then ghostwriting, again, cost unknown, not evergreen, have to run ads, all of that stuff. When it comes to Low and No Content publishing, again, cost is quite low, but can get expensive when you're running ads because the market is flooded. Good luck trying to rank organically in Low and No Content. Public domain publishing, no cost, 3 to 5 books a day, high quality, organic ranking, passive income, generational wealth, over 100 grand a year. If you really stick with it, you got to work at it. Don't get me wrong, it's a business, but anyone can get to 100 grand a year with this. FBA sellers, very rare, very rare. Like the top 10%, 100 grand a year, the top 1%, $1 million, right? So, public domain publishing can change your life, and it's pretty much free to do. Anyway, if you want to jump in before this Black November sale ends, we are 1 day away, and it's over. We're taking it off the table because you get these extras with this thing that actually put a whole burden on my company, right? The biggest one is you can bring a friend in for free, or you can split the bill with them. That means we got to work double as hard for the single cost of one student. All right, so that's why this will never be tabled again. Even next Black Friday next year, we won't be doing the friend for free thing ever again. We've just been flooded with a lot of people, and it's heavy on our company. But of course, we have the infrastructure to keep up with it. Otherwise, we would have already terminated that deal. So you've got 1 day, guys. make the decision. It's up to you. You know, like I said in my last video, you can decide to stay in this mediocre position in your life, or you can decide to go after it and change it right now. All right. Hope to see you in there. You have a good one.